nothing to say? Very well then. In that case, you're free. Free as a bird. You can go. Pick up your stuff and get the hell out of here. Well, you're a free man. You don't need to stay. Untie yourself. Get out of here because you don't belong. This is a place for others. The blamable ones, the accused, the convicted. You're harmless. Harmless. What the hell are you doing? Still standing in front of the door? Leave, man! To have been locked up all this time. Wasn't that enough for you? Go! Can't you see? The world is out there on the other side. You idiot! If you don't get out of here of your own free will, I'll force you out and you wouldn't want that. Are you listening, you fool? Leave! Beat it! Get out of here! Damn you, man. It's like his feet are nailed to the ground. You don't start walking, I swear I'll drag you out. Aye, the decision has been made, you moron. What are you crying about, you idiot? You're free! Isn't that what you wanted? No more sawdust pudding, no more slats of water to wake you up, no more cleaning up the gravel with your snout, no more! Never again! It's been decided that you can live outside, with the others, with the normal ones. Just look at him, as stiff as a statue. Either you get out, or I'm going to kick you out, and that's that! He's completely crazy! Scared shitless like a foal! As dumb as a doorknob! Throw him out of here! Out with him! Out with the burden! Get out! Get out!
Tell them to. Mother. Oi. Are you listening? Words are coming out of my mouth, Mother. Now I'm confused. They are not mixed up. They are all in place. I didn't want to, Mother, leave there now. Not now, Mother, now. But I had started to learn how to put the words in place. And you hear. Can you hear? These are the words I dreamed. They are not ready yet. They are bits and pieces here and there. Oh, like a baby horse. yesterday or the day before yesterday I was a baby horse? Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? I don't remember the day I was born, Mother, because you didn't teach me how to count. But I know that when I came out, my brain wasn't in its place. I was born by accident, wasn't I, Mother? And that is one of those things you just cannot change, because when you are born, and that's it. I came into this world with this flaw of being born untidy. My innards out of place. My brain was inside out. And with the brains inside out, one cannot achieve. With the brains all scrambled, words were all mixed up and could not form thoughts. When I was born this way, with my brains in disarray, there were loose ends of brains to tidy up. So many that the doctors didn't know what they needed. A barber with sharp scissors to cut them short, or a seamstress to tie up ends and put a hem on them. So they stuffed all those brains through my ears and threw the leftovers away to avoid the mess. Since there was no mold, they didn't know the right portions or the correct place for each thing. Since they were in a hurry and it was time to fill their bellies, they squeezed all those brains inside my head. Because such big brains inside a donkey's head, it will be nothing but waste. So they said. And you knew nothing, Mother, because you were all lying down and numb. So, since yesterday or the day before yesterday, the day that I was born, my brain got all stuck inside between my two eyes and my two ears, which luckily came in pairs and none are missing. Words got lost inside my head. But not anymore, Mother, not anymore, because I have tied up the words all by myself, And with my eyes and my ears, I sucked in the world around me. The world, through a little string that joins the eyes to the ears to the brains. An itsy-bitsy string, like a string for people's clothes that joins a sock to a sweater, and so on, and so on. On one end, the eyes, on the other end, the brains, and words, joining them like a bag. That is how I get my ideas, Mother. That was how I learned to listen when they called me man, and to see the blue through the tiny little hole in the wall. When I was born with my brains filled out, words would run like crazy all around my head. They were separated from my eyes and my ears. There are words that make your heart beat. Some words more than others. Every word is a piece of the universe. A piece the universe needs. All the words together make the universe. The words working as pegs for thoughts that are hanging from the line. Sometimes a peg falls. Boom! I find myself with my feet all soaked because I fell on the river. Or with my hands all over a pretty girl's beauties, taking a beating. I take beatings. Beatings because I dropped the bag that held my thoughts, and my eyes and feet from my brains, and my ideas got all muddled up. Sometimes there are thoughts that sleep. Sometimes through the loose ends the doctors did not fix. So sometimes I stop to glue the little ends together. Tomorrow I might even be a big man with a newspaper in his hands, sorting out words with his eyes. But only tomorrow, when the loose ends of my brains are all mended, when they are no longer entangled, because yesterday I was born from a fatality. Yesterday. You don't remember?
Out of you, mother, with my head unwrapped, my body came with elastic to make it up for it. Elastic hands and feet, which both came in pairs. Elastic ankles and wrists, so that I would always have the strength to balance the messy strings that were flowing from my head. But the doctors, they didn't even know where all that abundance came from. So much strength from the bottom of my feet and in the top of my fingers. And they told me, no running doorways with my feet, and no putting out the window frames with my hands. And they put me in the corner, ordered me, settle down.
And what were you to do, mother? You could not come in brains. You could only dry fish. What is the science of drying fish compared to mending brains like the doctors did? So, for me not to ruin anything else, because my arms were really strong and my legs were too tough in elastic bands, they told me I had to hold on my own in the world. In a world of my own. Mother. And that you could not come with me. I would not be good for you, they said. And I didn't even know why, because I had never hurt you, had I, mother? Because even if I was born with loose ends, I came out gently and I closed my arms so I would not hurt you. But they had deep voice and they threw me away and I had to get out of there. When I arrived at the city, I find myself all alone in the middle of the crowd. All around me the doors were open and the crowd was passing through the open doors. I went through a door with them. My head was silent. It was a trap, mother! It was a trap! If I had gone through like a feather, I could have come out like a feather, but I went through like an arrow and I bled real blood. I will never forget it. It happened, for real. I broke my back because of the trap. Mother, I am going to tell you how it went. It was a display of people! Like the ones for hats and mice. But instead of hats, there were people! And the people were holding glasses. And the glasses had liquor, which is like water but brighter. And the people were swallowing from the glasses and huffing and puffing and shouting happy words, hot words that fills one's head and leaves one's eyes wide open. I saw them, mother. They were rolling before my eyes. I swear it. Only the ones with the liqueur stayed behind. I stayed with them. I also drank from the liqueur. You have no idea, mother. I have never been so higher than the verb doing. When I saw everything around me, it was like a carousel, a circling carousel.
rushing into my eyes and my ears that I could feel them running inside my brain, into my chest, and exploding in the air. Oh!
Didn't know, Mother, whether it was right or wrong to explode words in the air. I didn't know that the red liquid dripping from their hair wasn't liqueur, Mother. Like the liquid on the day I was born. I believed it was such a joy, the little broken bits of glass like stars in the sky. But when I heard their screams and their dirty hands against my face, I didn't understand, Mother. I didn't understand why they were grabbing my neck and squeezing it the way you would eat a chicken. I am no chicken, Mother. I tried to run, but they were stretching me like a tent, ripping out pieces of my skin, and I hurt my back, Mother. I didn't want them to stretch my skin, and so I hit them. I hit them to get away. I growled like a dog. Don't you agree, Mother? For example, there is a dog, a hungry, dirty, stray dog. You take care of the dog, and then he's no longer a hungry, he's no longer a dirty, he's no longer a stray. Even children want to cuddle him. I didn't want to be taken care of, but I would like for someone to help me so I wouldn't be like this, so that I could own myself, so that the others would see me and say, he takes such good care of himself. I wanted them to say, look, a man. Like when you say, look, a dog, when a dog passes by. Just like that, complete. A man. But when I stepped out into the world, the doctors hadn't told me what I had to do to be a man. And I didn't even know whether the words were coming inside, out of my head, or outside, in from the world. I would look upon other men with my both eyes, and I would listen to the words coming off their mouths, but I couldn't imitate them. And you weren't there, Mother. And I knew one word alone. I only knew the word alone. I've searched all around for a life to copy. But there was none for me to copy. I bought a philosophy book. Philosophy is the science devoted to life. It was exactly what I needed. I read the philosophy book. I gained nothing, Mother. I gained nothing. I believe there were manuals for people's lives with everything so well explained. Like there are manuals for little animals, like for baby horses. How pretty they are. I believed there was a book for people. Like there are medicines to treat fevers. A book as certain as a story made of drawings. Like the drawings born from a child's hand. the titles of the books are just like people's names. They don't mean a thing. They are just there to avoid mistakes. But I didn't even know my name. And they didn't want to make a person out of me. They didn't want to give me the title of man because I didn't know my name. But how could I know my name if on my name's day my brain was out of place, Mother? And I couldn't even wake you up to ask. That was why I liked the world inside. Inside the little hole. They would call me man, and they would say, man stand, and I would stand. Man saw, and I would saw. I was a man, a tied up man, but they fed me, and I ate every day, and I kept quiet, chewing, secretly organizing the words inside my head, so they wouldn't find out that I knew almost all the words. Sometimes, Mother, I would lay down near the hole in the wall, and I would listen to the noise outside. The noise of hammers, iron bars, and moanings. Like the day I was thrown inside, when I still had the lines in my head all mixed up, like lines from a broken drawing. I didn't know how to draw inside my head. So, when I would go for a walk in the garden and the sun was warm, I would get soaked in happiness. And a little girl passed by, all dressed in pink, on skin, like a doll, with lovely braids, like a doll, with glass eyes, like a doll. And I held the little girl very tightly, and I wanted the little girl in my hard, elastic arms, and I snatched the little girl out of the garden to bring the little girl to you, Mother, as a gift. But I didn't know little girl dolls shaked their skinny fingers, and their cheeks swelled, and they shrieked like lambs. I didn't know I couldn't hold them so tight so they wouldn't turn purple, and that I could not bring little girl dolls to our house to give them to you, Mother, as a gift. That is why they arrested me, and they asked me for my person title. But I didn't have a title or a person's name or words to make up a name or to say anything. And so they clapped me in irons, and they tied me up to the cold wall so I could learn how to draw inside my head. So I would line up the words and ideas to learn that you cannot grab little girls. And so I would sit there, really quietly, alone with the word alone, seeing if words would pour out of my head, hearing them shout, man! And all those screams and groans, and peeking through the little hole. When it was time to sleep, I would listen to the darkness, and I would hear my voice inside your tummy, and to the noise of your beating heart. But there was music too, Mother. Music, like light. Music to make a bright day out of the darkest night. I would invent bright days for many yesterdays. Many yesterdays I can only count. And that was how I learned how to travel, how to be a man, how to have a life within the dark hole. Mother, I will draw inside my head. First, the words, then the sentences, then the voyages. Only the music was there.
Sing lullaby, my little boy. Sing lullaby, my only joy. Sing lullaby, my little boy. Sing lullaby, mine only joy. I crave that dirty dove not were, and that my wishing would. Because I would not be the thing, but I'm the best I should. Sing lullaby, my little boy. Sing lullaby, mine only joy. Sing lullaby, my little boy. Sing lullaby, mine only joy. Yes, as I am and as I may, I must and will be thine. Though all too little for thyself, vouchsafing to be mine. Sing lullaby, my little boy. Sing lullaby, mine only joy. Sing lullaby, my little boy. Sing lullaby, mine only joy. I would give all my singing tray to be the distant English child from whom this happy song was made. Sing lullaby, my little boy. Sing lullaby, mine only joy. Sing lullaby, my little boy. Sing lullaby, mine only joy. There must have been true happiness near where this song was sung to small white hands clutching young mother's dress. Oh, what a sorrow comes to me, knowing the bitterness I have, while that child had this lullaby. My heart aches just to be able to read, oh, to think of this song being sung, and that child smiling in its singing.
Mother! Good morning, Mother. Sit beside me so I can tell you about my trip. I traveled around the world. I followed the universal itinerary. I took a trip from the universe into my chest. I came from afar till I found my own chest. Finally, it was my time to go to Paris. I needed a passport. They asked me about my profession. I got a bit confused. I thought for a while to tell the truth, and I told the truth. Poet. They asked me about my status. I thought for a while to tell the truth, and I told the truth. Boy. In Paris, everything was flesh and bone. The houses, the people, Sundays, the other days of the week. In Paris, everything was covered in blue. Like the blue sky at the end of the little hole in the wall. In Paris, men and women were way too tiny to fit the little hole. As tiny as mosquitoes, as tiny as the nail on your little toe. And they played accordion with their right hand and ate oranges with their left. And they only laughed in Paris. Zish. And they only spoke in foreign words. That. De Juline Waller, de Juline Wyatt, de Juline, de Juline. Maar wat de rot, maar doe genoeg. You want to do cuckoo. Mother, I remember when we used to go to the docks to see the orange boats arrive. Once, when we were leaving the docks, I knocked over a basket of oranges. My head was soft from the sun. My head as soft as my pillow. Mother, there were stars in the hole where the men from Paris danced. They would come every night. I don't know whether from my head or from the hole anymore. Oh, Mother, the stars are lying. They lie when they shine. They shine when they lie. Are they lying or shining? I'm going to speak at the sky. I remember nothing, Mother. I know nothing. I remember carrying rocks to the pyramids of Egypt. I remember it clearly. When you kissed me, the sun wouldn't burn so much on my skin. Mother, come and listen to my head telling amazing stories I haven't traveled yet. Bring right ink to write them down. Ink the color of blood, real blood, red. Mother, put your hand on my head. I'm going to travel. I'm thirsty. I promise to know how to travel. I didn't know, Mother, that blood was red. I closed my arms to come out without hurting you, Mother. I didn't know that you would be asleep when I arrived, and that the doctors would be the only ones there to sew up my brains without you, Mother. I won't go back to the city without you. The two of us together, walking alone, arm in arm. Mother, say that half you know. Say that half you know so well, so I can say the other half. Mother, why did you have to spill so much blood? I swear I'd curl up to make myself even smaller and more slippery, but my brains were huge, Mother. They would slash at everything, Mother. I will use my brains to become a man full of words. You'll see. You can measure a man's worth by the way he uses words. And I'm going to fatten myself with words. I will have so many words as the ones that make books to put in the libraries. I'll make so many books, Mother. I'll make a giant book to use the weight of brains and tie the ends of words to each other and surprise the doctors with an encyclopedia because they said such big brains inside a donkey's head would be nothing but waste. I'll climb the stairs of your house. Then I'll sit beside you. You will be singing, and I will be telling you about my journeys. The ones I took so close to the ones I didn't, both written with the same words. You'll see, Mother, you don't have to lie down any longer. They told me I could live out here in the world. But out here, words get mashed together in the streets and they fall in the road. Men are blinded without words and they run over each other like crazy. They toss words into the sky and spit words in the ground. But I'm going to gather all the words and swallow them until I'm full, until I'm fat and stuffed with words, until I become a Superman and I grow like a giant with enormous legs and arms to hug people and fish, oranges and music. They don't know the secret, Mother, but I'll tell it to you. Words can burn. They burn in the air. They burn like liqueur. When they burn, they act like the stars, but they stink like the sun. They burn houses and trees. They make flames of fire, a flame blue like berries. I am going to light up the words up on the roof. I'll make them burn like stars on the tiles, on the windows, in the street, till the night becomes light, till the night becomes a bright day, and then you'll see, Mother, I'll grow up like a wild horse. I'll hold you with my giant hands, and then you and I, we will travel together.